Hi, it's Mark Stewart, and I wanted to address another candidate's contention about what to do with pay discrepancies. That's Susan Bisowitz, erstwhile candidate, except I've heard this twice. She's very serious about using legislation in the workplace to change the discrepancies in male and female's pay. We should not be putting states more involved in workplace relationships. The feminist's best friend is the free market. Free market allows talented women to go elsewhere. The free market allows them to stay and negotiate for higher salaries. Now, Susan's proposed legislation is to prevent employers to ask in an interview or in the hiring process for pay history. Because traditionally, lower pay means you're not going to get a new job at very significantly higher pay. That's traditional, and that could change in an instant. With empowerment, with women who know what they're worth, or stand up to contend what I think I'm worth. And so, even without legislation, the woman who's being interviewed can say, yes, I was paid $58,000 a year in my last job, but I'm worth $90,000. Or, I was paid $58,000 in the last job. I really want to work for you. I'm worth a lot more. I'll take the same pay, but if you don't get me up to 90 within a year, I'm out of here. You will have wasted your training on me, and you will look very bad to me and other women like me who are looking at you as possibly a benevolent employer and possibly a producer of services that the rest of the state would like to buy if they know that you treat your employees well. That is a better form of feminism. Now, people contend, employers, they're so vicious. They're going to use everything they can, legally or extra-legally, to keep prices as low as possible for labor. Well, if that's the case, why don't these employers only hire women? I mean, at 78 cents on the dollar, they should hire no men. Others contend, well, it's not that, it's misogyny. And they want to keep women down, so they'll employ them but at low rates. That can't be true either. If that were the case, why not put them down further and not offer them the job in the first place? Why not join the cabal of evil employers who just want women to be barefoot and mothering and baking cookies at home? The reality is there's a mix of men and women in almost every workplace because of differences in skills and different pay for the talents that people bring. It is not misogyny that's causing the 78% versus 100%. And I'd actually like to hear from Susan what her reasons behind this pay gap are. Here are mine. Number one, it's discrepant training. Fewer women in college study in fields that traditionally pay more. Far fewer have wanted to go into engineering. That is a big difference because instead many women go into teaching, social services. The pay grade is lower for them. Another reason, discrepant goals. Many women don't want full-time careers working 60 hours a week. They have the beautiful ability to be wonderful mothers. And many, yes, use that instead of going for a hardcore career for 40 years of their lives. So, they're not putting in the overtime that maybe their male counterpart of even less skills does, but he's going to rise faster because he ends up being more valuable to the company. And if she takes time off to be a mother, which I totally endorse, you can't expect the same level of progression of pay when she comes back into the workplace. Number three, and progressives often don't like to hear this one, but women are different than men. They're is a more compliant, complacent attitude. There's a more let's get along instead of hard negotiating. There are exceptions, but that is the tendency. We're wired differently. So they may be more content with a lower offer than a male will. There's also the aspect that men are more risk tolerant than women. It's very clear in investing, okay? Left on their own, investment advisors will tell you this. Women opt for the safe investment. Men offer for the ones that could bankrupt them or have them rise up a lot higher. The safetiness affects women's decisions in the marketplace too, because they want to make sure they have a job. Whereas the guy, I can be off for 3 months. I will put my resume out to a bunch of other people and I'll get hired down the road. All right, then there's the reality that women, and especially single mothers, need the job. And I'll address that one in another video. But the need among single mothers absolutely cuts their pay. They can't go 3 months when they've got 2 kids to feed and a mortgage to pay. They have to take what might be a lower offer. The guy, he can say, I'll wait till something good comes along. All right, I hope you'll stay tuned for the next video. That's about the seriousness of the single mom versus the married mom discrepancy.